At the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you. Wolfgang von Goethe. How many people have heard this expression? At the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you. So the first most important part of this seminar is law of attraction. To understand what you think about, you bring about, not my rules. And how you feel makes it happen faster. Second most important part of this seminar is commitment. Because the fact of the matter is, the commitment that you have in any aspect of your life is measured and equal to exactly the result you receive. So when people don't like the results around them, remember we talked about, sending out 2,000 of something and I don't like the result, so I do it again. I don't like the result and I do it again. There's all kinds of behavior around that. However, the reality is it has to do with your commitment, not what you're doing. It's not the mechanical aspect of that you're executing. It is where you're coming from. Now, when you have a commitment, the result you have is matched directly, regardless of market conditions, industry, regardless of anything. I'm telling you, I promise you this. Because when you make a commitment to something, circumstances and events rises to support that commitment, and that's called law of attraction. I promise you, I have thousands of these experiences, thousands of them. If I don't have them in a day, I'm getting real upset about where's my commitment, because they're supposed to happen on an ongoing basis. When I first came here to Phoenix, I was on the board of directors of NAPMW, which is National Association of Professional Mortgage Women, and I wanted to offer this seminar to them nationwide. So I heard there was a convention in Las Vegas. I just moved here and from Denver, and to drive with the top open in February, I was in heaven, and driving all the way to Las Vegas to this seminar because my only intention was to meet her. That's it. And I'm enjoying the drive and keeping my condition really high because I'm so appreciating the desert and the sunset, and it's all so beautiful I can barely stand it. And I walked into the hotel, no rush, signed in, and walked in the elevator effortlessly. And who was standing in the elevator? The president of NAPMW National. And I went, I came here to meet you. That's why I came, you. And here you are in the elevator. Of course, then she said, well, we'll talk tomorrow. And so the next morning, my intention was so intense. We got off the elevator at the same time, two different elevators, and she turned around and she went, are you stalking me? No. Law of attraction is really powerful. What you think about, you bring about, I promise you. And when you operate from an intention or your commitment is around contribution-based, unstoppable. Unstoppable. So, how many seminars have we been to that say make a commitment and give it all you got? Everybody, really. Okay, now how many have been to a seminar where they say where you get a commitment in the first place? Me either. That's why it's here, because if it's that important to the result, then we're going to talk about where do you get one. Where would somebody think a commitment comes from? Let me ask another way. When you've made a commitment to anything, what happened? I'm talking about kill me, or I'm going to die trying. One of the two. I'm going to get the thing I want, or I'm going to be killed trying. One of the two. What happens every time? You get what you want. What about for the people that have children here, and something's up with the child, your child, and you need 20,000 yesterday? Guess what happens today? The 20,000. You don't know how it happened. It just showed up. Okay, that's all mindset. Commitment is a mindset, too. Okay, commitment is a mindset. I have on my desk in my home office, commitment equals results. Results equal commitment, because for me it's the same thing. So if I don't like the result I have, I don't care what the situation is. If I do not like the result, I take a look at what's going on with my commitment, because it's the only issue as far as I'm concerned. So what I need to then do is beef up my commitment, my passion, my intensity. Am I in or out? Yes or no? What's going on? Okay? And there's all kinds of ways to get a commitment. How many people saw a 2020 that'll just blow your mind? It's probably now, geez, about a year and a half ago, that 2020 with the Hispanic mom and dad, couldn't speak a word of English. They had 2 bicycles and Glad bags that they put on the handlebars. And they had a long stick with a hook on it. And they went from 1:30 in the morning until 3:30 the next day, 7 days a week, and they collected cans and plastic bottles out of the trash. Put them in the bag, took the bags home, came back out, filled the bags, back, etc. 7 days a week, 1:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. 6,000 cans. 6,000 cans translated into $200. $200. They put 3 children through college. I can't even do the math. I feel emotional sharing that. I can't even do the math on how many cans is that to put 3 kids through school doing that. Now, that isn't even the cool part of the story. The cool part of the story is that the first 2 children did really great, graduated from college, and they, went about their life and their commitment and stuff, but the parents were not going to stop until their final son was graduated from college. He all of a sudden was having a problem. The problem was his grades weren't, doing well. He couldn't quite comprehend the information, and it looked like he might actually drop out. And so the mom, in all her love and all her wisdom, said, "Son, tonight you'll be coming with me." And they went out on the bicycle and they went in the trash from 1:30 in the morning until 3:30 the afternoon the next day. And then they came home and the mom said, "If you're not able to graduate from college, this is your future. Choose." And then he got one of those real fast. Really fast. So in his case, by the way, the end of the story is he graduated from MIT, the most prestigious engineering university on planet Earth, and is now working for the Department of Defense. And as he said on this show, "My only goal now is to give my parents a rest." It's an incredible 2020 if it's ever on again. I flew off my sofa when I saw this. Flew because I'm always talking about the power of commitment. It's such a big issue. It literally determines the outcome of your result. So it's like we've got to get to the bottom of how do you get one of those then. So then I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, he was having trouble testing and absorbing and comprehending information. And then he beefed up his commitment, and now he comprehended it. So what does that mean? He got smarter overnight? So does IQ go up overnight? What's up with that? Then I thought of something from the 70s. I had a really good friend in the 70s, and he was a senior scientist with Hughes Aircraft. I stopped using the expression, well, it's not rocket science, because he was one. So anyway, and I asked him, I said, what is the difference between a genius and a regular guy like me? He said, according to Einstein, one of the things is the ability to concentrate, to focus. So I'm sitting there watching this young man's story and realizing, my God, in essence, a commitment, the greatest part about making one of these, the greatest part about having a commitment is the fact that you do, in fact, get smarter. You're able to focus. Okay? Focus. It's like the sun shines on everything, right? Cool. You take out a magnifying glass, it creates a fire. Commitment will create a fire right now. Something will happen right now. This is a really big deal. There's seminars across the country. I've given this seminar so many times in a lot of different ways. But people go on the break or at the end of the day and they call me and go, "Oh my God, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Something just happened. I sat in the seminar, went to the car and, picked up my messages, and lo and behold, someone I really wanted to do a deal with, haven't talked to in 5 years, was referred to me by somebody. And I asked people, please, please, please call me with your miracle, because it happens so frequently. And it's not a miracle. It's how we should live every day. We should picture our day. How do we want our day to be and go? And then watch it unfold and go, I did that. I did that. I did that. It's important you understand how powerful you are. It's essential to now. That's, I think, why The Secret is like sweeping the world and raising the global consciousness, because it's time for us to stand up to the occasion that we are that powerful and can create whatever we want, whenever we want it, how much we want. It's all up to us. Okay? So I realized that he made a commitment, and he did, in fact, then was able to absorb information. So and then test well and graduate from MIT, engineering degree. And the cool news about that is that the first person to really win for making a commitment is us. Because the best of ourselves shows up when we have one of these. Apathy, I don't care about this very much. I need to make a few bucks. I don't really care, you know. That actually isn't good for us in terms of enjoying our life and how we feel. So the person to first benefit from having a commitment is you for making one. So it's a really big deal. So we're going to talk about how to get one.